Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. And actually out here practicing, last day of practice for the Smith Lake Bassmaster Open today. Gave me a good idea today to do today's video based upon the practice I had, and that is, what do you do if you're struggling to find bass? If it's just, you just are having a super hard time, can't seem to get anything figured out, you know, what's your next step? And for me, it's sort of the same deal. I'm sort of using today's tip myself because the last 2 days here on Smith Lake, I have not caught a keeper bass. I've caught 4 or 5 non-keepers. I think they got to be 15 inches here. I've caught 4 or 5, 12 or 13 inches. I've been one end of the lake to the other, tried a lot of different techniques. I've been trying to catch them power fishing, but I've mixed it up a little bit with some finesse stuff, and I still can't catch them. So the tip for today is how do you approach that after you've had, like for my example, a bad practice? So the first thing you guys got to do is you have to realize the longer you go without catching them, the closer you are to figuring them out. That's the first thing. It takes it's like a mental adjustment. So once you do that, then you can sort of, you know, get back on the even keel again. The second thing you have to do is you have to absorb the information that you've collected to make a game plan to make some type of a move. So in the situation I found here the last 2 days, for example, I fished shallow the last 2 days extensively. I haven't seen much bait fish activity, haven't seen many perch. So that leads me to believe that the fish are maybe a little bit deeper than what I've been fishing. So that gives me a clue to what to do next. So if I'm not catching them shallow and I'm not seeing much sign of life shallow, that's just telling me that I need to move out a little bit deeper. So that's the first plan, is to move out a little bit deeper, you know, explore those areas that I haven't been. And I don't mean like go from super shallow to super deep. I'm talking about, instead of fishing 2 foot of water, back out and fish 8 to 10 foot of water. That's my first approach. So I'm going to try that for a couple hours, see how that's going to work. And if that's not working, you go to plan B. And that's what you have to do, guys, is when you're struggling to find bass, start out with a technique. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. Give it, you know, 20 or 30 minutes. If that technique is not working, you have to make 2 determinations. Do you change your technique, or do you change the areas that you're fishing? Say, for example, instead of fishing like these rocky banks right here, you may move over and fish a flatter bank. You know, keep mixing it up and give that a try for 20 or 30 minutes. And then if the areas don't seem to matter, then change your technique. For example, if you're fishing a shaky head worm, maybe go to a football head jig. If you're fishing a football head jig and not getting bit, you know, maybe try something like a drop shot. Always keep changing locations or techniques until you start picking up a fish or two. Once you start picking up a fish or two, then you can make the determination, is it area or technique related? And that's the big deal, guys, as far as when you're struggling to find bass. You have to identify if the problem lies within the technique or the area that you're fishing. Because a lot of times, if you're not using the right technique, you can fish right through an area that's got a lot of bass in it and you'll never know that they're there. So just the quick tip for today, guys, before we just get out here and start practicing, is just, if you're struggling to find bass, stay on the move, keep moving, keep changing areas, keep changing locations, keep changing depths. You know, if that's not working, change your colors up, change your lure profiles until you hit on something. You're looking for those indicator fish. You're looking for those 1 or 2 bass that will give you sort of a clue on how to pick up your next bass. So anyway, hope that helps, guys. I'm going to try it myself today and see how it works. We'll give you the day final practice day report here this afternoon. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see y'all later.